You can make any investment for your future that is passive. And we get phone calls every day. Let's say, can I buy a gold with my IRA? Clearly, gold is a passive investment. The only thing on gold, there is one little, I don't want to call it a catch, but it's a safety feature for the IRS. And that is you cannot physically possess the gold. The gold's got to be in a neutral set of hands. We take care of that. We put it in a depository for you, so it's safe.
Welcome to In It to Win It. This is Steve Barton, and thank you for tuning in. We are here today with Dennis Blitz of the IRA Club. Dennis, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, so today we're going to be talking about IRAs and some little, I don't want to call them cheat codes, but maybe some tax.
Well, there are methods that are in the code that everybody can use that can save tremendous amounts of taxes, and that's what we're going to talk about.
Okay, all right. So you kind of focus on alternative IRA investments so that we don't have to pay tax on that, right? Maybe just give us a basic of IRAs, how you don't want to withdraw anything out of there before you're 59 and a half. After that, you can take anything out that tax free, right? Because you already paid taxes before you put in. But you're saying that we could invest in businesses, real estate. Give us a 101.
Almost anything. The code that you and I live by for IRAs was enacted in 1975. It really has changed very little, and all the changes that have happened have been to make it more liberal. It's amazing. So the code is very clear. People all over think the only thing they can invest in is stocks, bonds, mutual funds, because that's, what the big companies offer, stocks, bonds, mutual funds. But the fact of the matter is you can make any investment for your future that is passive. So let's say I've got some money in my IRA and I'd like to buy a rental property, or I'd like to buy a mobile home and rent that out, which is very profitable to do. Or let's say I'd like to buy a piece of land. That's a little more tricky. But what we do is, yes, your IRA can buy that. So it's not just stocks, bonds, and mutual funds as Fidelity or Schwab or Merrill Lynch or Vanguard will lead you to think. You can make any investment for your future that is passive. So if you have an investment that you'd like to make, think about it and make it with your IRA. We strongly suggest that you use a Roth IRA, because that way, when you make the sale, there will be no income tax to you. And remember, not only is there no income tax to you on a Roth IRA, but should you die, your beneficiaries don't inherit the asset. They inherit the Roth IRA that is still tax-free. For your spouse, it's tax-free for the spouse's lifetime, that they can take money out. For other people besides your spouse, it's tax-free for 10 years. At the end of 10 years, they do want you to clean out that money.
Interesting. Okay. So we could do this with a rental property, right? And you also mentioned that you can do it with other people's businesses, but you can't do it with your own.
Exactly, because it's got to be passive. It's got to be passive. So let's say that you have a business, and let's say that for whatever reason, I think it's going to grow. It's a wonderful business, and so I want to invest in your business. I can invest in your business, but can my IRA invest in your business? Certainly, it's passive. I don't work there.
Okay.
It's clearly an investment for my future.
Okay. Now, how does that not apply to rental property? So let's say you had enough in the IRA to, do you have to buy the property outright, or can you?
That's a wonderful question. People think that the IRA, has to have enough money to make the purchase, and in most cases, that is what happens. However, people don't know that IRAs can partner. So let's say that I have enough money in my IRA, to make, let's say I've got $100,000 in my IRA, and I see this house that is $140,000. I say, well, I can't buy it. Well, yes, I can, because my wife has an IRA, and she has more than $40,000 in her IRA. Can those two IRAs partner? Yeah, they can partner. The only rule is that we have to do, and that's why you let us do it for you, is this percentage in, percentage out. my IRA put in, 70%, her IRA put in 30%, the profits will come out back to the IRAs in that proportion. So I can not only partner with my IRA with my spouse, but with really anybody. So let's say you have an IRA, and I say, hey, I found this wonderful investment, but I just don't have enough money, and you say, I've got money in my IRA. Can we partner even though we've only met a few minutes ago? And yes, we can. There's no limit on partnering. The other thing that people don't know about IRAs, because again, Fidelity, Schwab, Vanguard never told us, is IRAs can borrow.
Oh,
Most people have no concept that IRAs can borrow, but IRAs absolutely can borrow. So if you want to buy an investment that is beyond what your IRA can afford, call a self-directed IRA company like IRA Club, and we'll give you the names of lenders who loan to IRAs. Just so you know, those lenders are conservative, and the loans are conservative because those loans are called non-recourse loans. And that simply means they're non-recourse to you. If the IRA cannot pay, can the lender come to you to get the money? And no, it is non-recourse to you. He is loaning money, or that person is loaning money to the IRA. If the IRA can pay, the IRA will pay. If the IRA can't pay, the lender is got a problem. So you're going to find that IRA lenders, because of that, tend to be very conservative. They want to see you put down a large down payment. Don't go in for your $200,000 investment with $10,000. It's not going to happen. But if you come in with more than 50%, you're going to probably get that loan.
huh. Okay. And so it's kind of a checkbook at that point, I guess. Like, let's say you wanted to buy a rental property, you put down 50%.
I'd like to see I like to see just past that 50%.
Okay.
It could be
Okay.
52 or 53, but yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
what interest rate are they going to want on the loan?
They want they'll want the bank rates plus two whatever. So right now we're talking about I don't know what
9
that
or
is.
something? Or...
I even think it's a little lower than that now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
And there is a whole industry that loans to IRAs.
Huh. Okay.
Mhm.
I've kind of heard of this, but I've never really heard of anyone until now that
Oh yeah,
specializes in this.
we see them every day.
And this is your whole business model.
This is a whole business model. And it's not a whole business model because there is something called a solo 401k that I want to talk about. The solo 401k is really, to call it a souped up IRA is kind of misleading, but it really is a souped up IRA. It is for a person who owns a business that has no employees. Everything else works kind of like an IRA, except with the solo 401k, you can put in much larger contributions. The contributions can go up to $70,000 a year.
Hmm.
So you can set aside a lot of money. Now all these accounts I'm talking about can be done traditional or Roth. We recommend Roth. People want traditional, I understand. But we recommend Roth because, when you take that money out, you want it to be tax free. So that's one thing. And another thing is we're just adding, and this is important, several states have now started to require that employers offer a retirement plan or provide a retirement plan for their employees if they have more than a certain number of employees. If you have more than 15 employees, if you have more than 10 employees, some states. There's a couple of states where even say if you have more than 5 employees, you have to offer a retirement plan. And we are doing those self-directed. We have just wonderful experience with it, and we're looking for that to grow a great deal.
Okay, so the solo 401ks, you can add 70 grand per year.
Up to 70 grand a year, yeah. It's a big contribution.
Wow.
Now remember, you can either do that traditional Roth. If you did it traditional, you would deduct that $70,000 from your current income tax. But when you sell the asset and take the money out of the IRA, yeah, you do take it out at it's
Yeah.
taxable. However, if you do it Roth, you don't get deducted the 70,000, but you do make that sale tax free when you are over 59 and a half. Your heirs too get the same benefit. And if you think that your asset is going to grow in value, do a Roth, save a lot of money on taxes.
Okay. Okay. And any other little rules with Roths as far as maximum contribution per year? Can you kind of can you increase your contributions as you get?
You know, IRS sets the limit on how much the contributions will be. And right now, going right into 2026, it's $7,000 a year up to age 50, and at 50 and over, it's $8,000 a year. I wish it was more. That's why we like all the side deals with the solo 401ks, etc. But you can put in that much money. There is a rule on taking it out if you do a Roth IRA. If you do a Roth IRA, you can get that tax-free deduction, or the tax-free distribution, I should say, after age 59 and a half, and so what people forget, and 5 years of owning the account. So let's say you are today 62 years old, and you open a Roth IRA, or convert your IRA that's at Fidelity or Schwab or wherever, and transfer it over to us, and make it, and say, hey, make this a Roth. Yeah, you're over 59 and a half, but you still have to wait 5 years. However, if you started that Roth IRA when you were 52 instead of 62, by the time you get to 59 and a half, you've already had it 5 years. So on that day, you can start taking the money out with no taxation.
Okay, okay. And what do you guys charge? How do you make money?
We charge, it's incredibly inexpensive. My wife keeps reminding me that. It is $195 per year to have the account and all the consultation that goes with it. That's unlimited phone calls and say, can I do this or can I do that? And it is $195 per asset. So we don't charge a fee, a percentage fee, like some companies do. If you have a mutual fund right now, which is where most IRA money is sitting, mutual funds charge, and there's an argument in the industry, somewhere between 3.9% and 5.9%. You don't feel that charge, but that gets charged to your account every year. So if you put $100,000 in mutual funds in an IRA, over 20 years, you're going to spend $70,000 or $80,000 in fees. In a self-directed IRA, it's $195 per year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Much, much, much less expensive.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Yes.
How is it? So you're saying if you do what you're talking about through like Fidelity, that's the fee they're going to charge?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, it was Fidelity that we used when we did the computation.
Oh, okay. All right. I was just throwing that as an example.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you got a heart out. Is there anything I should have asked that I didn't?
We could talk all day long. The point is that you can make any investment for your future that is passive. And we get phone calls every day say, can I buy a gold with my IRA? Clearly, gold is a passive investment. The only thing on gold, there is a one little, I don't want to call it a catch, but it's a safety feature for the IRS, and that is you cannot physically possess the gold. The gold's got to be in a neutral set of hands. We take care of that. We put it in a depository for you, so it's safe. You're going to have the depository receipt. The gold is very safe.
Okay, the Brinks take care of that.
Well, actually, it's a company called Delaware Depository, and we use them because they have to be the same depository that the FBI uses.
Oh,
so they're pretty safe.
Okay, it's not going anywhere. All right, if viewers want to get a hold of you and follow your work, how can they do so?
IRA Club. It's online. You go online, and if you don't have an investment idea, we even have something called Investors Row. Go to our website and click on Investors Row, and we list a bunch of ideas. They're not recommendations; they're ideas that you can research and decide whether you want to invest in it. And our phone number is 312-795-0988.
All right, we'll put your links down below. Dennis, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for tuning in. Go to stevebartonmoney.com for more, and have a wonderful day.